Welcome. Now let's get into the classic title from today. Now we have the texture of psychology. Previous session was about the philosophy. Then psychology looks very similar in the spelling, but a bit different. In psychology, usually we overthink about something in our mind. That is not only the mind, but psychology that we are going to start is not only just the mind, and much more precisely, break into the pieces and study. There's many pieces of them. So today, this is just introduction for what the psychology is. Yes. Then, as you can see on index, you have the 7 lessons plus introduction today. Altogether, 8 lessons to see the psychology is. Okay? Today, just introduction. Open the page number 5, and from here, we're going to talk about what psychology is. Okay, on the first page, what is psychology in a word? The science of the feeling, or science of the mind, or science of the heart, for those things. Then, here's the two answers. The one is how we experience in this world here around. Experience in this case means is 5 senses. 5 senses, everything is experience. So, not just only the experience of the field trip, not only the experience of the birthday party, not only the experience of the wedding ceremony, just really mere every day and every action, every minute, or every tiny reactions to the 5 senses are all experiences. Then touch, sight, smell, taste, hear. These 5 are the experiences. So when we study the psychology, everything you feel is the object we can discuss. Then you can ask yourself, you feel touch well or bad, or sight good or bad, the smell nice or not, and taste yummy or yucky, or the hear the comfortable or noisy. Those are the 5 senses. So you can see the everyday naked. Then more than that is mind. Mind. Mind is more than 5 senses. What the mind is, here are these examples very easily focus on. That is feeling, likes and dislikes, memories, decisions, and dreams. All of them are mine, including dreams. When you dream and a dream at night in bed, that is the another mind you have unconsciously. And decisions are usually you do consciously. So decision and dreams or in a kind of the pair. Yeah, and also decisions and memories are also the pair. That is the time pair, and this is a conscious pair. Conscious or unconscious, and the time now or time previous. Memory is always past phase. That past phase as the memories, and decision is this time you decide this. And likes and dislikes are also stable, usually stable. Today, tomorrow, yesterday, the same, usually. So most cases stable. And feelings, so every second. Look at documentation every second. So now we can see the sort of time and every minute, every second. That's a feeling. And these two are time difference. Just every second you have the feeling there's a difference possible. Likes and dislikes are always stable and avoid small certain time interval. So this one, two, three, four, five. Five matters about the mind we can discuss. Then in the conclusion is here how it interacts with the body, okay? Then how it affects our behavior. So what does she do? Does he do? And do you do? And will she do? All those things behavior. Then behavior and body are the most interesting way how to focus on and pay attention to and empathy their life. That is one aim of the psychology. So what is psychology is here? Okay? Yeah. Now let's go on to next page, page 6. So much to explore. People who do the psychologist as their job, they call psychologist. Yeah, the psychologist says the five manner way of exploring. So there's a five. Number one, number one is the freedom of five category. The core functions of mind. Core functions of mind. Core functions of mind, you see, is a very core instinct and origin to the root. So, why do we remember some things but not others? And how would you learn language with others? And what might make someone just better or not? So, the very core function is so the remember or learn and remember or microphone. So these are the core function everyone do in its class. So originally it asks the questions to why and how this works. Remember, some remember something, then and make different homework. Then next one, next one is the thinking and doing. I don't usually think, and most people are thinking of what I'm thinking. Then what the thinking is, how do you understand and make decisions? Is the answer. Thinking is how do you understand? How do you understand and decide? Let's ask the questions and then we see for the thinking. So thinking just we think that itself is not about psychology. In psychology, the thinking and doing is the how do you understand. So what is the reason you decided is good or bad or the better was? That is the way of thinking. Then number three. Number three is the sensing. Sensing. Sensing usually you have the five senses. Then how we how you perceive. Then how do you perceive? How do you recognize what it is? How do you recognize that it's soft or hard or tough or easy? Those are matters. That is also called sensing. Sensing uses usually the seeing, but in most cases the modern seeing. So sensing very close to seeing. And of course, first are the becoming individuals. Everyone says already individuals. The human being is always human being from the beginning they were born and on earth. Then how do we say the becoming individual is how and why, how and why the people different. So, usually, you can see that every individual have this identity that is also called self-as for the ID, and that is the originality. Means, in other words, that is different from others. So, the how and why the people different, that is also simultaneously can say this individual, this is you, this is you. So this is becoming individuals. Then number five, interacting others, interacting others. This pattern of thinking is how you behave around other people. So how you behave is not the question here. If you have something, you have the hungry, you should eat, and you're thirsty, you should drink. You're sleepy, you go to bed. But that is not the sense. Interacting others means they around other people. Especially Japanese people often thought about the people in society. So then the community makes more authority than the person has. That is also called like this, how to behave as a people. This is a question, especially here on the other people. Do you do the same measures if you're with your colleagues or the friends or the teachers or families or someone who you like or dislike? That is a pattern of interacting others. Then these are the five ideas of this the Thomas Polar. Then explore your five things. Then we can focus on every minute matters. Then you can see the different questions here. There are many different kinds of psychologists. A lot of them actually research the same areas of psychology, just different. Uh, so, different questions. Here is some questions psychologists might ask about memory. Okay? So, now let's go on to next page, page 8 and 9. Looking for answers. So these are the questions we have, five questions. Then we can focus on what the psychology is and what the patients have in psychology. Then we are to looking for the answers, so question with answers. Here's now, here are three questions, the one without actions. Okay, the question number one. Question number one is here. Who is happier? People who live in the countryside or cities? That is survey. Survey. Questions example is which do you prefer? Which do you prefer, countryside or the urban plains, or the outskirts or in the metropolitan cities, or the high mountain or the underground? So the place do you prefer? Then ask the people, then make a survey. The method is ask. This is ask. This is survey. That method. Then when you survey and you can gather data, and with the data you can see the results, or you think of it as the answer. Then second method, don't stop. Then second method. Second method is to watch. Here's an example. The question is how often do young children help each other without anybody asking? The method of it calls the observational study. Observational study. So, this is a study. Study means to watch very carefully. Then the do not ask the questions to the children of those we have to discuss. Then not with the asking, but with the observing, the seeing, the studying. Then describe what he did, what she did, and what they are. Then that is the way we can discuss and so we can say the study. This is observational study. So the behavior should be in situation and behavior in situation. So that is the second way. Then the question pattern is how often do they do? This is an example question. How often do they do just watch and study with observations? Okay. No. Third pattern. Number 3. This is experiment. Usually, speaking of psychology and of college, in most cases, we talk about the experiment, what kind of experiment we do. Sometimes that is very crucial, sometimes very lovely, sometimes it happens something we cannot imagine. That is the experiment. Then the experiment is just exactly the same as what you do is the experiment too. Exactly the same one. If you have some sort of questions or we want to know about it, then just try to do that. Then example questions is here. If you make harder tasks seem fun, are the people more likely to do them? If then, okay, if button, if something and one. This is experiment. Yeah. Then above all these three questions, there comes the result. There come up results. Results are everything that are discovered by watching or asking or experiments. Then there was the results. And all the results, the result in action is here at the bottom you can see. That is sometimes the people use psychologists find the practical real world problems. So this are usually holds the psychology, but in advance, then the later that we go on to new word. That new word is the applied psychology. Applied psychology has big difference from the normal psychology. Some people like the original psychology and the other likes the applied psychology. So, usually in psychology, uh, something we can discuss and study is not always that makes some happiness or improve some life. However, applied psychology is uh, usually um, mm, uh, for the practical, practical and real world. issues for practical and real world. So exactly that makes sense. And a good examples is this one's a very nice answer. The stairs and the recycling plants. So sound, stairs, or the speaking what? Speaking, recycling. Then the sounds, the stairs, or the speaking recycling come. So this is really interesting. Then downstairs, if the stairs sounds by itself, it's just fun. So, like this picture, this person will be happy to take the stairs, not an elevator. So that will make it more helpful. Then the speaking recycling can, this is really actually there is the one is installed in the Mie prefecture. There is one of them, and Park España has this can in the park. Then the pushing putting on the garbage, then the garbage can speak thank you. Then there's interesting, and my kids are really excited with the can to do that. Then this is the applied psychology. So applied psychology, we're very happy with the real world this includes. Okay, now let's go on to the last one. Psychology's relatives. Last page, page 10, 11. Psychology itself is 1, 2, 3, here's the terms. Then psychologists relatives. So the requires understanding is here. Then 41 and 42 recalls, and 43 and 44 recalls. Then the psychotherapist and uh, psychiatrist. These two occupations. Psychotherapist is a worker who has a client with a mental illness, and psychiatrist is doctors who has a patient suffering from the mental illness. So mental illness is exactly the same. What's the difference? That is because the doctor or not. This is only the way. Then the client and the patient. There's 1, 2, 3. The number one is talking through the problems. So ask the problem and how that is and how you are suffering from that. That is the question and the listening, the talking about that topic. Then subscribe the challenges. Then put any idea to get on the next time. The challenges and structure were so not only by a person because of the psychotherapist, the say some idea to propose that you should do this, how about this, that is the structured way. And the big difference psychiatrists can do is this one, describe the medication. That is uh, the medicine they can use. So because it's a doctor, they can use medicines. So I'll describe. Then of course they diagnose. Of course diagnose. Okay? So there's a big difference with psychotherapists and psychiatrists. Now, 43 and 44, you can see the last one. The big difference is neuroscientist and neurologist. Neuroscientist is the scientist, so the study the brain and the nervous system. Study the, the study the nervous system. So here is our scientist. First study the neural system, how it works. That is the kind of science. We study the neural systems. Then neurologists, on the other hand, are the doctors. So they also he diagnosed and the treat the problem of brains and nerves. So, bionerves are the closely related and important to understand the study of time. Then these are the neuroscientists, the scientists, and neurologists and the doctor, and they use the paper as the another kind of patient. Then the quite big difference. So these two, 41 and 42, 43 and 44, these are understand. Okay? So these are the whole survey of the psychology, what it is. So not just a feeling good or bad, just every minute pattern to study and answer. Then also the around that. Okay, that is all for introduction of the psychology. I want you to take an advanced interest in the psychology. Okay, that's all for today. See you next time.